Welcome back, everyone. It is so wonderful to have you here with me today. If you're new to this channel, grab a cup of coffee and get comfortable. I'm Susan. I have spent over 20 years helping people navigate the complicated world of Social Security and Medicare. I have sat across the table from thousands of seniors, watching their faces shift from confusion to relief when they finally understand these programs. I have answered late night phone calls from worried adult children trying to help their parents. And unfortunately, I have seen the heartbreak that happens when someone misses a deadline or doesn't understand a rule change. Because I spend my life studying these programs, I see the shifts that the average person misses. I see the rule changes that quietly go into effect. I see the new thresholds and the updated numbers. And today, we need to have a very important conversation about some significant changes that are happening in 2026. Grab your reading glasses, maybe get a notepad, because what I am about to share with you could affect your retirement income, your healthcare costs, and your financial security for years to come. Let me start with the biggest news that is catching people off guard. In 2026, Social Security's full retirement age is completing its final scheduled increase. For anyone born in 1960 or later, the full retirement age is now 67. Susan, what does that actually mean for me? Full retirement age is the age when you can claim your full Social Security benefit without any reduction. Before 1983, that age was 65. Congress changed it to save the program money over time, and they phased in the increase gradually. Well, that phase in is now complete. If you were born in 1959, your full retirement age was 66 years and 10 months. But if you were born in 1960 or any year after that, you now must wait until 67 to receive your full benefit. This is the oldest the full retirement age has ever been. Why does this matter so much? Because every month you claim before your full retirement age, your benefit gets permanently reduced. If you claim at 62, which is the earliest possible age, you are now looking at roughly a 30% cut to your monthly check. That is not a temporary reduction. That is locked in for the rest of your life. I had a woman call me just last month. She was planning to retire on her 66th birthday in early 2026 because she thought that was her full retirement age. Her older sister had retired at 66, so she assumed she could too. When I explained that she would need to wait until 67, she was genuinely shocked. That one extra year of waiting, or that permanent reduction if she claimed early, was something she had not budgeted for. Here's the math you need to understand. If your full benefit at 67 would be $2,000 per month, claiming at 62 could drop that to around $1,400 per month. Over a 20-year retirement, that difference adds up to more than $144,000 in lost benefits. On the flip side, if you can delay past your full retirement age, you earn delayed retirement credits. For every year you wait past 67, up until age 70, your benefit increases by 8%. That is a guaranteed return you cannot get anywhere else. Now let me shift to something that is hitting people's wallets hard in 2026. Medicare Part B premiums. If you are enrolled in Medicare Part B, which covers doctor visits, outpatient services, and medical equipment, your monthly premium is jumping to $202.90 in 2026. That is an increase of almost $18 from this year's $185. To put that in perspective, that is nearly a 10% increase. It is the largest dollar increase in 4 years. Why does this hurt so much? Because most people have their Medicare premiums automatically deducted from their Social Security checks. So when you hear that Social Security is getting a 2.8% cost of living adjustment in 2026, which works out to about $56 more per month for the average retiree, understand that almost a third of that raise is being eaten up by the Medicare premium increase. I spoke with a retired teacher a few weeks ago who said, "Susan, every year I feel like I am running in place." The Social Security increase sounds good until you realize how much goes right back out for healthcare. She is not wrong. And if you have higher income, the news gets worse. Medicare has something called income-related monthly adjustment amounts. If your modified adjusted gross income from 2 years ago was above $109,000 as an individual, or $218,000 as a married couple filing jointly, you will pay more than the standard premium. In some cases, significantly more, up to $689.90 per month for the highest earners. The Part B deductible is also increasing to $283 per year, up from $257. And the Part A hospital deductible is going up to $1,736. These are the costs you pay before Medicare starts covering its share. Here is something that confuses a lot of people. The eligibility age for Medicare has not changed. It is still 65, but the full retirement age for Social Security is now 67. That means there is a 2-year gap where you might be eligible for Medicare, but not eligible for your full Social Security benefit. This creates a planning challenge. If you retire at 65, you can get Medicare. But if you claim Social Security at the same time, you are claiming 2 full years early and taking a permanent reduction in your monthly benefit. I want you to understand the enrollment windows because missing them can cost you for the rest of your life. Your initial enrollment period for Medicare is a 7-month window. It starts 3 months before the month you turn 65, includes your birthday month, and ends 3 months after. If you miss this window and you do not have qualifying coverage through an employer, you face late enrollment penalties. The Part B penalty is brutal. For every 12-month period you could have had Part B but did not sign up, you pay a 10% penalty added to your premium. That penalty stays with you for as long as you have Part B. I have met people paying hundreds of dollars extra every year because they missed their enrollment window years ago. Now, here's an exception many people do not know about. If you are still working at 65 and have health coverage through your employer or your spouse's employer, you can delay enrolling in Medicare Part B without penalty. But the moment that employment ends or that coverage ends, you have a special enrollment period of 8 months to sign up. Miss that window and you are back to penalties and waiting for the general enrollment period. Let me walk you through the 2026 numbers you need to know for Social Security. The cost of living adjustment is 2.8%. The maximum taxable earnings amount is increasing to $184,500. That means if you are still working, you will pay Social Security taxes on earnings up to that amount. The earnings test limits are also changing. If you are under full retirement age and collecting Social Security while working, you can earn up to $24,480 in 2026 before they start withholding benefits. For every $2 you earn above that limit, they withhold $1 from your Social Security. In the year you reach full retirement age, the limit jumps to $65,160 and the withholding rate is gentler. $1 for every $3 earned over the limit, but only counting earnings before the month you reach full retirement age. Once you hit full retirement age, there is no earnings limit. You can earn as much as you want without any reduction to your Social Security benefit. I want to share a quick story about why understanding these rules matters so much. A gentleman came to me last year, absolutely panicked. He had retired at 63, started collecting Social Security early, and then took a part-time consulting job. Nobody told him about the earnings test. He earned $45,000 that year and suddenly got a notice that he owed back nearly $10,000 in benefits. He was not doing anything wrong. He just did not know the rules. That is why I do this. That is why I want you to understand these numbers before they surprise you. Let me give you your action plan for 2026. First, know your full retirement age. If you were born in 1960 or later, it is 67. Go to the Social Security Administration website and create a My Social Security account if you have not already. You can see your estimated benefits at different claiming ages right there. Second, understand your Medicare enrollment windows. Mark your calendar for 3 months before your 65th birthday. That is when your initial enrollment period begins. Do not assume someone will remind you. Third, budget for the premium increases. The Part B premium is $202.90 per month in 2026. That is $2,434.80 per year just for Part B. Factor in your Part A deductible, your Part B deductible, and any supplemental coverage you might need. Fourth, check your income from 2 years ago. Medicare uses your 2024 tax return to determine your 2026 premiums. If your income puts you in a higher bracket, plan accordingly. And if you have had a life-changing event like retirement, divorce, or the death of a spouse that significantly reduced your income, you can request a new determination. Fifth, if you are planning to work while collecting Social Security before full retirement age, know the earnings limits. $24,480 is your threshold. Plan your income accordingly or consider waiting to claim. I know this is a lot of information. I know it can feel overwhelming, but here's the truth. The people who understand these rules are the people who maximize their benefits and avoid costly mistakes. The people who do not understand them often leave money on the table or face penalties they did not expect. You have worked your entire life paying into these programs. You deserve to get every dollar you have earned. You deserve to understand how the system works so you can make informed decisions for yourself and your family. In my next video, I am going to break down the Medicare savings programs that could help you pay for your premiums if you have limited income. A lot of people qualify and do not even know these programs exist. You do not want to miss that one. Thank you so much for trusting me with this important information. Please take a few minutes today to check your Social Security statement online and mark your Medicare enrollment dates. Share this video with someone you love who is approaching retirement. These rules affect millions of people, and too many are finding out about them the hard way. Stay informed, stay prepared, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.